What's up, guys? So I have a wrecked E46 wagon. It's got broken tie rod, broken strut, bent sway bar, bunch of stuff. Today I'm gonna show you how to be, fixing it. Got it on some blocks. Got to get this one under a block because the strut's broken. So first we need to get this thing up in the air. All right, as you can see, the strut is broken. Tie rod is very bent. See that? Right there. And then we got some other stuff to replace, but next we'll take the wheel off. All right, so now that we got the wheel off, look, it's got a massive leak. You see that? That's crazy. So now that we got the strut off, or the wheel off, now we can replace our strut. It's got BC Racing struts on it, and you see where it snapped off from the top hat. So I got a new strut in, so we're gonna be replacing that strut. All right, so I don't know where I left off, but I had to order this lower mount. So I ordered that, just get that in, threw that in, threw the coil together, which is very simple, of course. And now I got a few more things I gotta put in. So now I need to put in the tie rod and sway bar end link. And why I had to order that lower mount was because got a little tilt action going. See that little buckle right there? It's got a little bit of tilt action going on. So I struggled trying to get this lower mount out. So I just ordered another one. Called it a day. Forget that. And then now we're gonna throw on that tie rod. All right, to do the lower tie rod, the whole tie rod assembly, you're gonna start right here. You're gonna pull this nut off, and then you can smack the side of this with a hammer, and then sometimes it'll pop out. Or you can just get the little AutoZone tool. It's like 20 bucks, and it slips in between the two and pushes down on the top of this, pops it right out. And then after that, you got this end to do, which is usually just one big nut, but I usually start with this end first. All right, in most cases you probably won't have it like I will with your fender off your car, but you're gonna end up with a situation like this with a big long extension, or maybe even like a wobbly extension down there if you can, and then you're just gonna ugga-dugga it. Comes right off. All right, so this was the tool that I was talking about that you can get from AutoZone. It pushes right down on the tie rod, and you can just hit it with that. You can get that, and then to do the inner part of the tie rod, you need a big old wrench like this. All right, in my case, it was different. Wasn't coming off of that tool, so I just took my big old fat wrench and just smacked the shit out of it, and then it came right out. All right, and then before you even think about coming down here and touching this, you need security. So I usually just put a wheel up underneath the chassis, just so I know I'm good. And then once you get that done, then you can crawl up underneath here, you're good. And then you come down here, pull off this little metal band from your boot, pull it back as far as you can, and then see your big nut that you gotta loosen? You'll loosen that, and then you'll replace your new one. All right, and once you get it loosened, then you can spin this nut off by hand. It's a little difficult with two hands, but then you can spin it off. You're good to go. And then whenever you get done with this, you want to put your wheel straight. All right, look how bent that shit is, God. All right, so whenever you get your old tie rod out, see how much threads there are? I'm just gonna assume that's about 3/4 inch of threads. So I'm gonna apply that to my new tie rod, which is up there. Here, I'll get it. So I'm gonna apply maybe 3/4 inch of threads on my new tie rod, and then hopefully it'll be somewhat straight. All right, so after you apply your threads. This is about maybe 3/4 of an inch. I don't know where the other one went. That one might be 3/4 of an inch. It's somewhere around there. Anyways, once you get that done, then you want to screw it back into your steering rack. And then once you get it into your steering rack, then you connect it back to your knuckle. All right, once you get your threads in, you can match. You'll be able to see the toe out a little bit on your own wheel. See how it's like kind of toed out just a little bit. You gotta adjust for droop. So whenever you set the car down, the car's gonna either settle out or settle in. You get what I'm saying? So whenever you adjust for that, then you can match it with your rears, match it with your front, and then you're good to go. I will say though, you will need to get in alignment. Regardless of what you do, you will need to get in alignment. All right, so now I got a misfire to take care of, that leak to take care of, but we got her back down on the floor, so that's all that matters. So, you see how the toe's not much on this one, and it's all the way down. I still need to adjust the toe just a little bit, but it'll be fine. All right, now it's the maiden voyage. See how this thing does. So far, so good. I need to raise this side just a little bit, but, and then obviously where the airbag blew, we need to fix that. Just a little bit of rub, it'll be fine. It's a little stancy, 46, it'll be fine. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for, following along or whatever. We're gonna do some more stuff on this. And then I got this thing as well, so